Hey guys, so it is Monday and we are continuing to work on our dream room project. Um, I'm just going to go over real quick kind of the overview of the project for those of you that maybe skipped the work on Thursday and Friday of last week, and let you know what you're doing today. So, we are doing a dream room design project. Your objective is to imagine that you get to design your dream bedroom and turn it into a set for a live action play. You get to be the set designer. Remember, the set designer is responsible for the creative design as well as working with the budget provided by the producer. Your goal is to design your dream room with the budget provided and complete the following three phases. So our three phases that we need to complete for this project are phase one, shopping and budgeting, phase two, the ground plan, and phase three, the set design rendering. You are designing a bedroom with the following layout and measurements. I'm not going to reread all of that because I did that in the last video, but again, your budget is $3,200. And this is a map of what the room looks like. So your bedroom door is here, your two windows, and then just remember that you have to have one of your walls be the fourth wall for where your audience can look into the room. Here are the room requirements. So these are the things that you need to make sure are on your shopping list or being covered in your plan somehow. So things like bed, sheets, two other pieces of furniture, a light source, a floor covering, painting your walls, a wall decoration, and then here's just a couple other things that you can or can't do. So your focus for today is to complete part one, your shopping and budgeting. So it says you will turn in a packet of pricing documentation with a cover spreadsheet. So I know that sounds very fancy and highfalutin. So if you have the ability to type things up and create a spreadsheet, I would love that, but I know not everyone has that technology or that understanding of technology. So what I need mainly is a sheet of paper with a list of the objects, what they're going to be used for. So for example, you are supposed to have two different types of furniture pieces aside from the bed. So you're going to tell me if you're fulfilling one of those. And you must include either a photograph of the price tag or a printed web store page with the price. So if you are doing this at home, you could easily put this together into a document and send it to me that way. If you're in class, I think the best way for you to do that would be probably to, you could do it online like everyone else, or you can just write down the web page so that I can look it up and check your pricing. You will need them in part. Oh, sorry, I skipped a sentence. For every item in your design, you must include a photograph or the price tag or a printed web store page with the price. Be sure to get the measurements for the items at this stage. You're going to need to know the measurements of everything that is going to be in your room for part two. So I know on Friday, those of you in class, we kind of brainstormed and you already started looking stuff up. But now you need to make sure you go back and you're getting those measurements for what you already have chosen so that you can do everything to scale in your drawings and be able to fit everything in your room. Your pricing should include how much paint you need. So you have to do the square inches and then times that by 2 for an extra coat and round up in the gallon form and how much flooring you need. I'm not a math person, so I will look up how to do all of this. My virtual learners, I would recommend first asking parents if they know how to figure out the math for that. And after that, you can ask me. If I have a minute and brain power, I will look up and find a YouTube video that will maybe teach you guys how to do that better. There's a reason I am not a math teacher, so, and this is one of them. You do not have to include sales tax. So I've actually had kids asking me if tax and shipping and things like that are included. They are not. All you need to have are the actual price for your item, and just be sure that you don't go over the 3,200. It is possible definitely to be under budget, and that is great in a regular production. But keep in mind, like, we're just pretending like this is a real play. So if you want to, say, oh, I've got 300 left over, I'm going to buy a TV for my set and buy myself a TV for my dream room, go for it. Like use up your budget. So some considerations that you need to have for this phase: make sure that your room has space to walk in between your furniture. Your bed needs a mattress. If it is a spring bed and not a platform, it also needs a box spring. Your door is 30 inches wide and needs space to swing open, so there can't be anything that blocks the door. And you want to make sure that anything coming onto your stage is something that will fit through the door. Include light bulbs in your budget. That's crazy. I wasn't planning on that one. But yeah, if you get a lamp, you need light bulbs. The design should be cohesive. So that means it should have a shared theme, a color scheme, or a style. Are you boho chic? Are you more into a glam look? Do you want a sports theme? Is everything going to be either gray or yellow, like Alani's? Or whatever. So keep all of that in mind. Keep color scheme, style, and remember that overall it needs to also represent you and become a space that you can visualize that would make you happy. So don't worry so much about like, oh, I have to be under budget and buy really cheap stuff that doesn't bring you joy and happiness and then have $1,000 left over. Have fun and really build a space that you connect with. Your stuff should not hide any of the windows or doors, but you should include things like curtains or blinds on your windows. And the light switch must also be accessible. So whatever you're designing, just keep in mind of where your light switch is so that the actors can get to it. Tip: come up with a rough room layout at this stage so you don't accidentally buy too much or too big furniture. And remember, things like a king-size bed, especially a California king, will take up a lot of space. So the advice I've been giving to the kids that are in class is if you want to create the illusion of having a big bed in your dream space, get a full-size bed. It's, like a double twin. And just have that because you want to make sure that your stage has space for acting to happen in the room also. But you can tell us in your presentation that you would much more prefer to have like a king-size bed in your dream bed. And I will move on and explain part 2 and part 3 in other videos. But for now, I want you to consider just phase 1. But what I am going to do is scroll through all of this and go over the dream room design rubric. So for now, we're just looking right here where it says the shopping list. This is what you need to consider when you are turning in work to me and what I'm expecting. If you're hoping to get full credit for your shopping list, then you should be doing everything that is in either the satisfactory or in the excellent square. So the excellent square says everything on the requirements list is included with organized documentation. The spreadsheet adds up to less than, and that should say less than 32, right? Yeah, less than 3,200. Math on paint and other materials is accurate. So, or close to accurate, which is why I said satisfactory is also going to be a good realm because again, I'm not a math teacher, so I'm not going to be able to make sure everyone's perfect because that's going to make my brain explode. But as close to accurate as you can. Like obviously if you say you're buying all of your carpet and you're only spending $2.50, I'm going to ask you if that was for the square foot or for the entire room. So just really pay attention to your measurements. An unacceptable presentation is if you're missing multiple items on the requirement list, the spreadsheet is far out of budget, the math on the paint or other materials is inaccurate or not even included. And of course, choosing to skip this step because you think it's going to be hard or too much math is, of course, going to lead to you not being capable of getting a full credit on this grade. So this is a hugely important thing. If this were a real life situation, the math and considerations like that are very important to a production process to not go over budget. So I really want you to first enjoy just pretend shopping, but also to take it seriously and make sure that you are covering all your bases. Okay? If you have any questions, please send me a message and I am happy to help you out. Thank you.